We're not making this up. We just reading it out of the Bible.
England, France.
Yeah, even America's allies gonna turn on America, man. NATO, the EU, they're looking at America sideways right now. Thanks to the sanctions, the Russian sanctions. Europe is suffering from the Russian sanctions. Since Russia invaded Ukraine, the European Union, right, the EEC, they've been suffering from them sanctions, man.
Which is why they doing the whole thing with the Gaza. Ever since they stopped depending on much Russian energy, now they need another source. That's why the Gaza situation is taking place. Yeah, you know, so they yeah they getting man.
Hey, what does the scripture say? That where the Lord will gather all nations, and they've been gathered.
He mustereth up the host. If you can't see that, then you're an idiot.
The big boys aren't to play. America's out there, and Russia's just about to get done with Ukraine here real soon. They about to get all up all there. So guess what's that gonna open up? A track for Russia to start bringing equipment over into that area. Now all that area, Crimea is already Russia.
Turkey.
So Georgia, all that's Russia.
That's in Turkey too.
Right. They gonna have
Asia Minor. And Turkey is a very key pivotal spot. And according to Ezekiel 38, unlike what the Bishop General Commanding piece of shit says, Ezekiel 38 is happening. All right, because what? Let's say Togomar, Gomar, that's Turkey, man. And who was it? France just said that their president needs to be arrested. So, hey, we already know who Turkey's siding with, man, which is ancient Asia Minor, right? But Istanbul today, what was it called before, brothers? Any brother outside over here on the other side? On the other side, what was Istanbul called before?
I don't know.
Ancient, no, not ancient. Constantinople. There you go, brother. Yeah. Because that, you know, after Constantine, there you go, brother got it. Yeah. So yeah, now it's modern day Istanbul. It used to be Constantinople. Go ahead.
Yeah, real quick, going into the Russia taking over Ukraine. The Black Sea's right underneath Ukraine, which is access to Turkey, which is a pretty close ally to Russia than America wants.
Because remember, they could put warships in that sea. They could put warships, so it's strategic right there in the Black Sea.
So then who's after Turkey? Syria.
And that's why folks are this is why folks are hard say you gotta know the maps too. Right. So just we talking about the Black Sea, brothers here probably don't even know what the fuck we talking about. You know what I'm saying? We might have it. Let's see what we got over here, brothers. I know there's a world map on here somewhere. Let's get it, because we're gonna make a point. Oh, here it is right here. Oh, no, that's... Oh, here we go. Yes, we got it right here. Yep, we got it right here. Somebody shine a light on.
So here's the Black Sea, here's Russia, here's Ukraine. They're going to have access. And you already know all the ships that Russia's been having issues with America sending their troops over there. You know, with other ships having to block them. But what, they're going to have access through there. And obviously here's Turkey, which is, like I said, like a close ally to Russia. And then you got Syria, Iraq, Iran, Saudi. So Russia's just about here. America's already hanging about over here to protecting their interests.
Military bases. You know, America got a hella military bases around there.
And they got the ships they just sent out.
Yep. I think the Mediterranean Sea down here. So America got military bases all around here. That's what they've been doing for the last 2 decades. America.
So they're already over there. So Russia's the next guy to come down that is gonna shut the show down.
And Ezekiel 38. So how can you say Ezekiel 38 in the kingdom? Oh, man. Go ahead, brother.
Okay, that's why some Turkey barking over there right now. That's not a good thing for America. Turkey to keep on saying like, yo, because Turkey's saying like, yo, y'all, if y'all keep firing down there, we're gonna go down.
Because if you look into it, Turkey is pretty much the head of the Muslim world, pretty much. Turkey, they look up to Turkey and shit somehow. I don't know why above Saudi Arabia, but for some reason they say Turkey, which it makes sense though, going back to the Ottoman Empire, you know. So there's a lot of Edomites in Turkey, okay? there's the Khazars, right? The people that converted. You got to read that book, 13. Go ahead, say it again.
13 tribes.
Arthur Koestler, yep. Read that book, man. He tells you who the Khazars are. It says the 13th tribe, the history of Khazars and yeah, something else. Yeah, and you can get it for free. Don't buy that shit. I got it on Google for free. Yeah, but it tells you how they converted. Khazars from the Mountain of Caucasus converted into Muslim Judaism. Right? It tells you he broke it down.
I got something to back you up, right? Kalen Bolin,
It
the
talks,
Khazarians.
Kagan Bull, right? It talks about him in there, in that book.
Yep.
This is the devil, right?
Yep.
All right. This is the Ottoman Turks right here that we're talking about. The Ottoman Turks that took down the Byzantine Empire. These are the devils that started there you go, the rebirth. These are the niggas. And who was these? The Amalek. These Ottoman Turks are chief. A lot of them was Amalekites, man.
Hey, real quick, because we always say the Renaissance was the start of it, but that's the French. The Ottoman were before that.
It started in the 1300s, right? It started even before that. They were fighting, because remember the Moors got taken down. Who took them down? Do your research, find out. Go ahead, Noah.
It says Bolin was a Khazarian king who's led the conversion of the Khazarians to Judaism.
And where did the Khazars come out from? Turkey, Georgia, the Caucasus Mountains, man. It tells you, again, that book we was referring to. Go into it best you can, You ain't got to read the whole book. Get what you can out of it. Because it tells you this, And it makes sense what you read in the scriptures. Because we use the outside text, right? Secular text. We use that to add on, to prove, but we're going off of the scriptures, but these secular texts prove what we're saying, so, we'll bring them out.
Yeah.
That's it. No, go ahead.
Now, what I was about to say, because going into this account, they was having. This is where the so-called Christians, the Muslims, was trying to get his nation to convert. But when they had that debate, they basically was giving references to the scriptures and basically speaking about how our customs, all right, was basically where they was getting their ways from and how it was greater than theirs. So he said, well, I'm gonna want to deal with a lesser one. That's why he chose Judaism. Because remember, this is also You think about around the Crusade, wars,
which were Israelites. They were going back. The Christian Crusades were Israelites going back to the Holy Land. Because at that time, the Christian Crusades, right? Ishmael, Muslim, Islam had taken over the Holy Land. So the Christian Crusades were Israelites coming from Europe back to the Holy Land. You know what I'm saying? And that's where you get the Christian Crusades. The Knights of Templar, King Arthur, and the Round Table. Those were Jakes. Those were niggas. They painted them as what? King Arthur, all them, those were Israelites, man. But again, there was more than one Christian crusade. But those were Israelites, man. Because they were trying to, why were they going back there? Because it was Islam taking over the land, so they Christian crusaded their ass down there. Trying to take back the Holy Land.
Catholic for a long time.
And that's, kind of. Yeah, it was all the same in the one, but the point was they wanted to take it back from Islam. It was Islam. That's why they have mosques out there to this day. Here it is, Israel. It's supposed to be the people of the Lord, right? These people, but they got mosques in Israel. They got, you can worship. Well, now they crack it down on people, but back then you could be whatever you wanted.
Right, and you remember that chariot that took off from right above
the mosque, which they say that's built upon
Solomon's temple.
Yeah, temple. Yeah, man, come on, man, come out of here, man. But that's the point, man. That ain't the people of the Lord, man. That ain't the people of the Lord. Clearly. And that was years. Man, that had to be almost 10 years ago. That video, close to 10 years ago. That chariot that boom. Man, that was 20. No, I don't think it was that. Mid 2015, maybe 2015. Yeah, look it up. Somebody just type in Jerusalem UFO. I guarantee you it'll be one of the first videos. Guarantee.
I think it was when we were in the truth already.
That's what I'm saying. 2015 maybe around there. But go ahead, Hans. Go ahead, finish that. But you finished with that? 2000 what? 2011. There you go. Hey. 15 years. What? 15, 14 years?
14 years.
So hey, that was a sign. And look what's going on now. Bombing, war over there. Come on, man. See, those are people of the Lord. We're gonna keep saying it. We're just asking questions. Are those the people of the Lord? Who are we? You know what I'm saying? If not, who and where is he? Right. Hey, read it loud.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 1. And I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and having upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy.
Yeah, this is going into, all right, the Edomite worship, this beast system, all right, like the elders was expounding on, you know, Esau's deadly wound being healed, because when Western Rome had fell, this is when the Edomites went into Russia, when they became the Khazarians, okay? But their deadly wound was healed, which I believe this scripture also expounds on, okay? But basically, the point being made, okay, this was going into the time frame of the revival of the Roman Empire, the 7 heads and 10 horns, all right, being the NATO and the EU. This is that beast system, all right, that we're going into, because this is the times that we're in right now.
Hey, from the end, remember, Edomites, they got pushed out of Petra. They got pushed out of Edom by the Nabateans, Ishmael, right? They pushed them up. You know, the scriptures even say that they chase them. They're true Nabateans, yeah, which are Ishmaelites. But they push them up. The scriptures say they chase them out like a thief or something like that. Real paraphrasing. But they even in the Caucasus Mountains, what this brother's talking about, where they became Khazarians, they got pushed down from there. True. The niggas don't, bro. Nobody wants Esau. They got pushed out the Caucasus Mountains too. Eventually, you know, they got pushed out of there, man.
They weren't in power at that time.
Yeah, exactly. That's why they were getting pushed down to Turkey. You see? That's why, again, you know, the map. You get the picture, you know what I'm saying? They got pushed down. Because they were in Caucasus Mountains. Right? That's where the Khazarians, really, cave dwellers term comes from, the Caucasians. But they got pushed out of that. Nobody wants Esau around, bro. That's the point.
It wasn't until around the 1300s until the earth was given into his hand.
Yeah, exactly. Where they started coming, yeah. And how did they come into it? Through the papacy, the Pope. Because remember what we mentioned this earlier, the first popes were black. They came in the 1300s, Esau became the Pope. And remember, at that time, the Pope had authority over everything. If you wanted to go to war, you got to get a blessing from the Pope. That's why you got to go into history, man. You understand what's going on during this time, bro. You had to go to the Pope for permission to go to war. Whether you were England, France, if you was a Catholic country, which they didn't use the word country back at that time, but if you were, you know, saying maybe Protestant, Catholics, whatever, you had to go through the authority of the Pope. The Pope was above everybody, man. And that's one of the unclean spirits.
Esau took over that. He took over the beliefs of people.
Actually, the 12th century, 1300s. 12th century, 14th century. Well, either way, 1300s. Yeah.
You also had the Black Plague that happened to Jake. You know, so Jake got weak.
What exactly? That's the bubonic plague.
I know it was all doing the Lord.
That was the Lord. That was the Lord taking. That was the time for Jake to come. Jake living it up in England, bro. Even to the 1600s, King James. He was still. But around them, Edomites were taking over all. But they remember, you gotta know the maps. What's England? It's an island. It ain't that easy to just come on the shore and look at Normandy. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Jake was still ruling. Esau even had to
it's lucky. Bottomless pit.
I'm about to say, brother, we just talked about it.
It's Europe, and it's known to be the bottomless pit because the lack of natural resources is running. All right, that portion of the earth.
They can grow potatoes. That's why World War I and World War II was fought there, because them niggas was through out there. But I was talking with the brother Shia from West Palm Beach last night, and you see the most of the deaths from World War II was from China and Russia. Russia being the #1 deaths. But they don't talk about that. They talk about the special people, the small hats. But the majority of the deaths, if you look it up, it was 48 million between Russia and China. It was 48 million people died from Russia and China, and most of them were civilians. But what about the small hats, though? What about the small hats?
Shit.
6 million.
But what? Those wars were fought. What the brothers read. Bottomless pit. And that was being made more and more evidence like that it's the bottomless pit. That's where the war. The wars. The woes. 2 woes has come. Right? And where? Who is it always involved with? Germany. Key player. Germany. Really the heads. If you really look into it, it's the heads.
Hey, that's why the
of the beast.
That's why the beast is gonna hate the Lord this time, because they're like, yo, we're not gonna have this shit. You're not gonna drag us into some shit where we get fucked up. Yeah.
We've already this is 2 woes. They're like, yo, nah, they ain't saying nope.
It only takes some more.
Let it be on your. Let you fight the war now.
Well, this stuff that's popping up right now is furthering that divide. You know, because all these other nations don't want nothing to do with that nation.
And that's where America got its power from, was from those 2 world wars. They got the upper hand on the nations because they lend them the money to rebuild. And so America became rich off that shit. That's when they got all the gold. Now they don't really have it.
In 2 world wars, they did that. Man, each side of America was eating in World War I. They were sitting back, just giving out loans to countries.
They didn't call it the moratoriums for nothing.
Exactly. How you think they? That's America.
That's a fault.
But yeah, Second World War, they did the same thing. Why America always comes in at the end and be the Captain Save-A-Ho.
They took advantage.
Because he was funding the wars the whole time. Because that's what he did. World War I, World War II, he funded the wars. And we're gonna say this money. This is what he's doing. He's literally doing the same shit right now as we speak. We're gonna fund Ukraine. We're gonna fund Israel. Next, they're gonna start having to fund Taiwan. Why? But what? They did that World War I, World War II. What they fund? They would fund these different nations so they could pay for things, and they would send military equipment as well. As you see what they're doing now. And now they're talking about they're depleting the arsenal of America. So how the hell America gonna fight a war when they send all these things to these different countries? But this is the same thing that happened in World War I, World War II. America just sitting back funding things, sending weapons, doing this, doing that. Soon they're gonna get involved though. They're gonna have to put boots on the ground, and we know as soon as Vietnam, this war is gonna be fought with fire.
All the other nations are gonna have to get down, or you have to pick a side. That's when the divide is gonna happen.
That's the spirit they're pushing. Pick a side. Pro this, pro that. Which one are you? If you're not this, then you must be that.
Shit.
Hey, but again, this is the devil that came out of the bottomless pit. He's back here today. And again, it's nothing new. From the Greek Empire to the Roman Empire to now, this nigga always fight against himself. Man, ain't nothing new under the sun. As soon as Alexander the Great died, these niggas fight tooth and nail against each other.
And keep in mind too that this is propaganda, okay? Because like we spoke about earlier, that all war is a banker's war, all right? And how they're running this earth, how they're molding it into a system of a one world government. So here it is, they're staging these wars, they're staging these events, they're funding both sides of the war to ultimately manipulate society into a specific position, okay? Albert Pike, okay, he wrote about, all right, the secret agendas, all right, of the elites, okay? And that's what we're seeing unraveling, which correlate with biblical prophecies, you know?
Revelation 21, I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit, and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon that old serpent.
And that's the great chain this man possessed. It's symbolic of the slavery that Esau was under. That Yahweh Shai had it was in his hands. His power was given unto him. He gave power over everything. So he had those key. He was the one that basically beat slavery.
Revelation 12:3, and there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his heads.
Yep. And we know those 7 heads, those 7 heads going into what? The NATO, all right? We got Greece, France, Spain.
The kingdom, yeah, the kingdom
kingdoms.
of Esau, the 10 horns were the
EU.
The EU, yep. The vassal states. Well, I believe the 7 heads going into what? Germany major, Germany minor. All right, France, Britain, Greece, Spain, and Rome. Okay.
And the 8.
Yep, and the 8. Yep.
So again, that's what you see going to war in World War I, II, and III. But now it's about to be everybody in World War. Which again, a lot of people don't know who was involved in World War I and World War II. Bro, there was a lot of people from Africa was going to war, just dying. They would go to Europe to die. You can look it up. You can look the death tolls up. Just random countries sending soldiers to die. But now it's going to be all gathered in the Middle East. It ain't going to be in Europe no more. I mean, Eastern Europe right now, you got Russia trying to get back the USSR, really. That's what we're seeing happen. But the main war is going to be here in the Middle East, the homeland, and rightfully so,
He says, my determination to gather the nations.
And the scriptures also say that the land shall not be cleansed by the blood of him that shed it. So Esau's blood has to be shed over there, so that land can be cleansed.
So because really that's going to the whole land's going to be rebuilt. It's going to be refreshed, even though it's going to get hit with all types of missiles and shit.
It needs a clean foundation.
It's getting hit with missiles right now. Hellfire missiles raining from the sky.
I get a notification saying that there's a siren alert. There's some rocket shot within 5 minutes. I'm buzzing. I'm like, this shit again?
Grandmother holding child.
Yo, people getting terrorized over this shit. They're going through a heavy, bro. Y'all just. Can I get another 4?
Large.
Large.
Diet, large diet Coke.
The valley of Yahweh Shabbat. The Most High's judgment. That's what we're seeing unraveling. Okay.
Verse 2, it says, Revelation 22, and he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil, and Satan devoured him 1,000 years.
And I was going into like what the elders expounded on. All right, those 1,000 years where they was taken out of position of power, they was taken out of rulership, and when Jake was ruling the Dark Ages. Okay.
Verse 3,
Hey, the Byzantine Empire.
Byzantine Empire.
You Google it, it literally tells you 1,000 years.
Yep, Constantine. All right.
Because you go into it, Constantine moved the capital from Rome to Constantinople, and I think it was 333 AD.
Oh, wow.
333 AD.
You see it now?
This one, it's not something I Googled, but one of the books I got, I think it says 333 AD is when he officially moved the capital, right? But it was still the Roman Empire, that's why it was the Eastern. Yeah, exactly.
Yep, that's what.
Real quick, but then you go into it, like we were saying earlier, when the fucking Edomites, Khazars start coming in around 1300. That's about 1,000 years. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead,
verse 3, Revelation 23, and cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled, and after that he must be loose a little season.
Yep. So he was losing a little season, going into the Renaissance era. Okay, that little season is about to be up, and that's the time that we see because it was designed for a set measure, like the brother quoted earlier. It's until a set measure be fulfilled.
it's a set period amount of time for them to rule. And there's a set period amount of time when they shall be exposed. The wicked will be revealed, and the Lord shall be breaking them down. So we're witnessing that through measuring the times diligently. This is how we know what times we in. This is how we know what's supposed to transpire, because of measuring through the prophecies. Okay?
We're getting into the season right now.
Yeah.
You know, you're at the end of it now, man.
Revelation 13.
So like, speaking about that end, also spoke about in Daniel's the 2nd chapter. All right, we're seeing the miry clay. We're seeing, okay, the breaking down of the strength of Esau's rulership and the division. Okay, the division that's manifested.
It's crumbling. Because remember, see, picture this. It's a statue. As Daniel, the book of Daniel says, it's a statue. The head is
Brass.
the rest is what? Iron and clay. What's your foundation? Your feet. You ain't got your feet under you. Everything's coming. All of a sudden, because all that weight is crumbling. Because that's why the stone gonna hit the feet. Everything comes collapsing down with it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, right now the statue's shaking, bro. It's standing on clay and iron. You know, it's mushy and shit. It's about to come down, man. And it's gonna take that millstone will become just shoo.
That's right. That's right.
You know?
And that's heavy because remember the feet is representing the end of a thing. That's why the scriptures say that what? Going into Esau Hill, all right? Jacob pulling Esau Hill, right? Esau being the end of an age, Jacob being the beginning of a new age. Yep, being Revelation. Even ends the 7th chapter, right? When the saints shall take the kingdom at the end of the Roman rulership, right?
One of the worst injuries you can have is
You don't got your feet under you through for anything, any sport, any endeavor in life. You ain't got your feet. It ain't looking too good for you. You got to. That's why you have to. That's why you have to have a sure foundation. All right, your feet need to be rooted. You know, you need to be like the Avatar. You know, be able to move through the elements. Because if not, but your feet can get taken out from right under you, man. Somebody just come do a leg sweep, you out of there because you wasn't even this. You kept skipping leg day. You skipped leg days one too many times. Now somebody, you know, here it is, you cock diesel. Somebody just come kick you once in the leg and you collapse. All of that weight lifting for nothing. One kick to the legs, you out of there. And that's what the Lord's about to do on all these kingdoms. That's why I say this is going to come, you know, rough paper and take it out from the feet, because it's all going to come crumbling down, because at the bottom, it's taking on everything from the top. From Babylon on down, this is America. Babylon again. You know what I'm saying?
That's the wickedness. That's the wickedness of that these heathens has fulfilled on the earth, man. All right, that has reached the heavens. This is why this empire is coming down, man. All right.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 2. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard.
So we going into the Edomite rulership, will be the end of the Gentiles' time period to be fulfilled, the end of the heathen rulership, which going into that beast, right? Going into the Edomite rulership, right?
And his feet were as the feet of a... Revelation chapter 13, verse 2. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard.
Going into Alexander, going into the Greek, all right, which was the beginning of the Edomite rulership, all right?
And his feet were as the feet of a bear.
So now we start from the Greeks down to the last of the Edomite rulership, which that bear is going into Russia, like the elder was speaking about, which is prophesied, all right, to bring this devil out of rulership, spoken about in Ezekiel the 38th chapter, man.
He's the end.
Okay, he's the end of it.
Yeah, Esau. So like real quick, Esau's going to. The Most High is going to use Esau to destroy Esau.
That's right, that's the spirit. Yep. Satan shall be divided amongst Satan, and if a kingdom shall be divided amongst each other, how should a kingdom stand? This is what we see. The Lord is using the devil to destroy the devil.
Yeah. Well, again, it's not new. From the leopard to the bear, it's been beef between Edom their whole life. Esau don't even like himself, man. Like, that's why you see average Edomites out here amongst us. While the elites is living in fine dining, eating fresh food, breathing good in, they left everybody else out here to fend for themselves. So you think this man is fit? He don't even love his own people. You know? But yeah, the Lord's using his own blessing against himself because that was the Lord giving him that blessing. Now he's about to come back and take it from his ass. You know, Pop's about to come back home. Choose Isaac, right?
Yep.
Gotta come whoop that ass, man.
That's right.
I'll come back home, yeah. He went out for a far journey.
And he loved him too. Isaac loved Esau.
That's true.
Now he's about to show you what love is.
Right to the point, St. Mark 3:25, and if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand but have an end. So what you have right now is America, Babylon the Great, and you got brother just going into the all right. Yeah, you have Babylon the Great, America. All right, now you have what? Russia being the land of God and Magog. Two rulerships, Esau, Edom, pretty much in the same house being the earth. All right, and you divided against each other, man. So now what? That end is here, and going back to 2 Ezra 6, all right, around the 9th chapter, what it said? I mean, the 9th verse. It said Esau is the end. So now it's over for this devil, man. He's on his way out. You know?
That's right. And in the mix of him being on his way out, he obviously coming down with that great wrath. Okay, spoken about in scripture. All right, we seen all right him being broken down, but we seeing him actually trying to still take full possession of the earth. So we see persecution coming. Okay, we seen World War III is practically here. Okay, we see the MOTB. All right, in Revelation in the 13th chapter is in our current reality. Here it is, all these things transpiring on the earth is indicating the end of his rulership. Okay, and we know what we ought to do, which is continue to armor up. Okay, so that we can withstand the wiles of the devils. Okay, his trickery, the hour of temptation. Right, that's clearly here. That's clearly we're at the door of Jacob's trouble. Okay, so you know, Lord willing was edifying. If any brothers got any closing statements. All right, we'll like to close out by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Double honor.